Want that. I want to get that preview out of here. All right. Agrarian utopia.
Yes.
Take it away. You do a better job than me on this.
I like talking about agrarian utopia. So the idea that Jefferson had was that the whole stuff that was going on up in the North, the manufacturing, the trade, the business, the banking, the finances, it designed a system and created a system where you have the haves and the have-nots. And he thought that that was not a way to create an equal society. Instead, he believed that the best world would be one where all people would be like independent small farmers. And he believed this for two reasons. One, he thought that people should be self-sufficient to be able to handle their own things, and that if America had made its own food, take care of its own thing, that we could just trade for other things that we needed and let other countries deal with those problems.
Right.
Also, he believed that everyone should participate in government. But instead of just giving everybody the right to vote, he believed that everybody should own property. If you remember, a lot of those states had property requirements for voting. He said that the government was saying that in order to vote, you had to own property. Instead of changing that to say you don't have to own property, what he thought was that everybody should be able to own property,
Right.
which is kind of
Weird.
backwards, if you ask me. But to the second part of this question is what would America need in order for this to happen? Spoiler alert, we're going to need a lot of cheap land.
A lot of it.
And we're going to talk about that further in the notes. But yes, the whole idea of the agrarian utopia is that he thought America would be a perfect world for independent small farmers that could be self-sufficient. America could be self-sufficient, and all landowners could participate in government.
Right.
Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So I'm trying to pull up a timer so that way I should know this early.
Yeah.
That way, like, we can check. So, like,
Okay.
we got what? We're 2 minutes in.
2.
So when the
Ooh,
timer
that's
hits
nice,
about
easy.
8. Yeah, easy peasy.
Okay.
Okay. So do you want me to take Marbury v. Madison?
Please do.
Okay. So Marbury v. Madison, we talked a lot when we talked about the Supreme Court.
We did.
Or at least my class did. I'm assuming yours did too.
A little bit.
We're kind of lockstep on a lot
Sure.
of things. We think alike. Great
Uh-huh.
minds. Beautiful people. So the Supreme Court has the power to declare things unconstitutional.
Right.
Some of my kids, when we talked about the Alien Sedition Acts, they were
Mhm.
like, that's unconstitutional. Yeah. So our Supreme Court can declare laws unconstitutional. They violate the Constitution.
Mhm.
That's called judicial review. Right. And that didn't just like spring out of nowhere. That's not in the Constitution even.
Right.
It actually came from this court case, Marbury v. Madison. My kids had to do a quiz over the Supreme Court cases,
Mhm.
and this is one of the things they were quizzed on, was Marbury v. Madison.
Yeah.
So this idea of judicial review, the idea that the Supreme Court can declare laws unconstitutional, comes from this court case.
Yeah.
It comes from what's called Marshall's syllogism. And
Okay.
you don't have to know the word syllogism. It's just a fun word to say.
Yeah.
Syllogism,
with it.
it means a 3-step reasoning.
Okay.
Right? So they're looking at this law in the
Mhm.
court case,
Mhm.
and they're trying to decide, well, who gets to decide what this law means?
Yeah.
Right? And so John Marshall, Chief Justice, he steps up. He's like, all right, look, can we all agree, number one, that a court's job is to interpret laws?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right? Number two, right? So court's job is to interpret the law. Number two, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everyone's like, yeah, makes sense to me. He's like, all right, ready for this one? Number three, the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, gets to interpret the Constitution, the highest law of the land. Mic drop.
They pretty much gave themselves their own power. And a syllogism is kind of a fun thing. It goes all the way back to like ancient Greece and logic and reasoning, where it's like if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. Yeah, mind blowing. Okay, so yeah, judicial review gave Supreme Court a bunch of their powers.
In the court case, Marbury v. Madison, those are your blanks.
Yep.
Supreme Court unlocked the power of judicial review.
I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you. I was trying to get rid of it by blessing.
It worked. It's gone.
You're welcome.
But it's uncomfortable. Okay.
You're not welcome. All right. So this is a random map to be on here.
Yeah. What does France own?
That little island there.
That one. Yeah. Martinique. Okay. What else?
That one.
The bigger one. Hispaniola.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're fancy.
I know.
We don't call that Hispaniola.
We don't.
We call that two countries.
Yep.
Right? Haiti and the Dominican Republic.
True.
So we're going to focus on the Haitian part.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Remember this map. Keep it.
Yeah.
Keep it. And remember,
Okay,
like Florida's
so
right here.
here's what I want while looking at this map. I want you to think this: that island owned by France,
This one right here.
yep, was sugar plantations.
Lots of money.
Lots of sugar plantations, lots of money, almost completely.
Like 90% slaves.
90% of the people on that island were slaves. About 10% were the slave owners, and
A few other.
yes,
Yeah.
okay, know that going in.
Okay. So.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So Napoleon has risen to power in France.
Yeah, the French Revolution was crazy.
Crazy. I talked about. I don't know if you talked about it.
Yeah, a little
The
bit.
reign of terror.
Yeah, lopping heads off all over the place.
Right.
So, blood in the streets. France is looking for a strong ruler to come in and take control and make things right. Napoleon Bonaparte of France
Strides in.
He's like, I will solve all your problems, France.
He does amazing things.
He does. He does.
For France. Not the rest of Europe hates him. But.
Right. But he does a lot of good things for France.
Right.
And he's even thinking about empire.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember, France used to control a lot of America.
Mhm.
And Napoleon's like, I have a dream.
We could make that happen.
Right? I have
again.
a dream of this new American empire.
Yes. He's already driving, or not driving, he didn't drive, but he's cruising around Europe. France is conquering some places in Europe, spreading
Spain,
out.
parts of Portugal, the
Yeah.
lowlands, parts of Germany, Italy. They move into Russia.
Yeah.
Like, France is like,
France is knocking stuff out.
Yeah.
And he even has some dreams of retaking parts of America.
Yeah. So
Rebuilding a French empire, a new France in America,
Right.
starting on that island we showed you
Yeah.
on
So
the previous page.
Haiti has a great port.
Yep.
And has great access to up here is Louisiana,
Uh-huh.
which was controlled by Spain, and now it's back in France's hands.
Secretly.
Yeah, secretly.
Yeah.
And he wants to use that as kind of like a base,
Mm-hmm.
because what they called Louisiana, which is like a bunch of states for us, was not really populated.
No.
So he wanted to send people over, stop in Haiti, then send them up to that area basically, and use the money that Haiti made him to fund it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
So here's what happens. The best laid plans often go to ruin because there was a slave revolt in Haiti.
Who knew that if you treated people badly, they would eventually get sick of it?
Yeah, they did. So the slaves rose up and they killed everybody else on the island.
All 10%.
All 10% of the people that were not slaves died a violent death.
Yeah.
And
It was led by this dude, right?
Yeah, Toussaint Louverture.
Louverture.
Yeah. They overthrew the French rulers and took control of the islands. And Napoleon was kind of like, oh, dang it.
Yeah.
There goes my ideas. I guess.
He actually sent an army.
Did he?
Yeah, he sent an army, and they all got malaria and died.
Stupid disease.
Yeah, disease
Always
ruined
ruined
everything. But
So this pretty much ended Napoleon's American Empire plan.
no Haiti, no American Empire.
Nope. He gave up.
and
And
now-
he needed money.
Yeah, he needs money now because he lost Haiti.
Right.
He can't use Louisiana.
Right. What to do with all that land that
called-
was known as the Louisiana Territory?
We could purchase it.
Enter America.
We got a minute.
Oh my.
Oh, by the way, we're talking about New Orleans, but we'll get back to that. Okay. So to fulfill his agrarian society, Mr. Lee talked earlier about this perfect farmer's paradise, right?
Yes.
Jefferson needs two things, right?
Yep.
He needs land,
Yeah. Lots of it. If you're going to give land for cheap, you better have a lot of it.
right?
Yep.
And then you also need access to this river.
Oh,
The Mississippi River is the heart of America.
Yeah.
Right? It's this major river system.
Yep.
Okay. And to transport goods, if you're a farmer in Illinois here, it's much easier just and then send it downriver.
Right.
Right.
If you live over here, well, you can't see my finger, but if you live in Ohio and you want to get crops to New York, it is faster to float your stuff down the Ohio River, down the Mississippi River, put it on an ocean-going vessel in New Orleans, sail it around Florida and up to New York than it would to go by land from Ohio to New York. Faster, easier, safer, cheaper.
We'll talk more in a minute.
Okay.
It's going to pause.